The scene begins with the camera slowly rising above a vast and peaceful farmland, stretching endlessly under a golden sunset. The fields shimmer with ripened crops swaying gently in the evening breeze, while the sound of birds returning to their nest fills the air. This land is not just soil and stone. It holds the legacy of generations cultivated by sweat, sacrifice, and unbroken determination. The audience should feel the serenity, the pride of ownership, and the quiet beauty of a land that has stood for centuries untouched. Suddenly, the tranquility breaks. In the distance, faint rumbling grows louder until it dominates the air. The camera pans to reveal bulldozers, trucks, and construction crews rolling in like an invading army. Dust rises in suffocating clouds, drowning the once pure golden light with a haze of grit and smoke. The farmland, a sanctuary of peace, is being violated. The camera captures the violence of machines tearing into the earth. Shiny steel teeth ripping through fertile soil, uprooting the crops, and crushing the dreams of the landowner under relentless force of development. The frame shifts to the landowner standing on the boundary of his land. His clothes are simple, worn from years of honest labor, but his expression carries the weight of betrayal. In his hand, he grips an old paper deed, its edges frayed, its ink faded but still clear, a testament of rightful ownership. His fingers tighten around it, veins rising as anger surges within him. The document is proof of his claim, but to the eyes of the arrogant it is nothing but a relic to be ignored. The sound of hammering, drilling, and shouting drowns his protest. The construction escalates. Within moments, concrete foundations are poured where wheat once grew. Walls rise in uniform precision, soulless and cold. Shiny HOA houses appear in neat rows, identical and lifeless, erasing the identity of the land. Children once played in these open fields. Cattle once grazed here, and the soil once nourished countless lives. Now, the only sound is the harsh clash of metal and the hollow laughter of men building wealth on stolen ground as the sun lowers. The golden hue of the farmland turns blood red against the horizon. The camera focuses on the landowner's face. His eyes burn with fury, reflecting both pain and resolve. His lips quiver with words unsaid, his jaw clenched in silence. He does not cry out. Instead, he stares as storm clouds begin to gather above, shadows stretching long and heavy over the rows of houses that continue to multiply. Thunder rumbles in the distance, echoing his rage. The peaceful sky that once embraced the land is now dark and violent. Lightning flickers across the horizon, briefly illuminating the lifeless structures rising like parasites. The storm mirrors his soul, an omen of what is to come. The deed in his hand trembles, not from weakness, but from the growing force of decision. His land is no longer his, but he has something greater than paperwork, something far more powerful than courts or signatures. The camera lingers on his face, sweat and dust mixing as the wind lashes against him. The background noise of bulldozers fades momentarily, replaced with the faint roar of water in the distance, a foreshadowing of justice waiting behind stone walls. The audience does not yet see the dam, but the storm, the fury, and the clenched fist gripping the deed all whisper the same message. This injustice will not go unanswered. The final shot of this scene pulls back wide. On one side, the relentless march of new whole homes, bright and soulless. On the other, the solitary figure of the landowner standing firm, silhouetted against a sky that now bleeds darkness. The screen lingers just long enough for the audience to feel his pain, his rage, and his brewing resolve, before cutting to black with the sound of thunder cracking across the valley. The camera sweeps through the valley in the stillness of night. From high above, the land stretches into endless shadows, but nestled deep within the mountains lies a forgotten giant, a massive stone dam, hidden from the eyes of the world. Its walls are ancient, carved with cracks of time, yet strong enough to hold back an ocean of silence. Under the pale silver moonlight, the surface of the reservoir glistens like a sheet of glass, calm and beautiful, concealing the unimaginable power waiting beneath. The aerial shot dives lower, circling the dam as wind whistles through the valley. The sound of frogs croaking, crickets humming, and water dripping from moss-covered stones creates an eerie harmony of nature, masking the sleeping beast that rests behind the towering wall. The water shifts and ripples, reflecting the faint glow of the moon. As though restless, anticipating release, the camera slows, focusing on a solitary figure walking across the dam's spine. The landowner, a silhouette against the night sky, moves with steady steps. His boots echo on the ancient stone, each step heavier with the weight of betrayal, injustice, and unspoken rage. He does not falter. His shoulders are squared, his eyes fixed ahead, as though the valley itself waits for his decision. His hand brushes across the cold iron railing, sliding until it finds the ancient lever rusting at the heart of the dam. The camera zooms in close. His rough, dirt-stained fingers linger on the corroded handle, gripping it slowly, feeling the grit and rust crumble under his touch. This lever is more than a tool. It is judgment, retribution, and the key to a flood that could erase everything the HOA built. Moonlight strikes his face as he pauses, staring at the still water stretching behind him. His features harden, determination etched into every line. In his eyes flickers not madness, but a cold, precise fire of revenge. The dam groans faintly, as though alive, as if it too has been waiting for this moment. The camera pulls back into a wide shot. Man, dam, and moon united in silence. One hand on the lever, his breath slow, his resolve unshaken. The land stole his life. Tonight, the water will take theirs. Morning breaks over the new neighborhood, painting the sky in soft hues of pink and gold. The camera opens with an ultra-realistic shot of children racing along freshly paved streets, their bicycles clattering with excitement. Bright laughter fills the air, echoing through rows of brand-new houses that gleam in the sunlight. White fences line perfect yards, and neighbors exchange cheerful greetings across manicured lawns. Sprinklers arc streams of water, glittering like diamonds as they keep the grass unnaturally green. A symbol of control and artificial perfection, the lens lingers on families moving in and unpacking boxes. Women plant flowers along front porches, while men barbecue in driveways, their smoke and chatter blending into the hum of suburban life. The whole has delivered what they promise: order, beauty, community. To the residents, it feels like paradise. The sound design amplifies this illusion. Birds chirping, children squealing, dogs barking happily. Everything is ordinary, comfortable, safe, but slowly the camera begins to pull back, widening the view. Beyond the fences and trimmed lawns, just over the ridge, the valley tells a different story. The audience notices it before the characters do. Water, dark and heavy, rising silently in the distance. It creeps forward like a predator, unnoticed by its prey. At first, it seems distant, almost harmless. But with each passing moment, its presence grows more menacing, swallowing trees, fields, and low ground. The shot cuts back to the families. A father lifts his child high into the air, spinning her around as she laughs. A neighbor waves, holding a glass of lemonade, completely unaware that the horizon behind him has begun to blur with the shimmer of water. The sprinklers continue their artificial rain, ironically masking the far greater flood that approaches. The camera's slow zoom makes the truth unavoidable. The houses, bright and neat in their uniform rows, stand directly in the path of a wall of water building its unstoppable force. Yet no one notices. They live in denial of the land they stole, blinded by comfort and arrogance. The scene ends on a chilling contrast, the celebration of life in the foreground, and the silent approach of destruction in the background. Two realities about to collide. The night hangs heavy with storm clouds, thunder rolling like drums of war across the valley. The camera cuts to the dam, ancient and unyielding, its massive stone walls trembling under the weight of waters that have been waiting for centuries. Close up, the rusted lever groans as the landowner's hand tightens around it. His knuckles whiten, veins straining. The world holds its breath with one decisive pull. The iron screams. The gates creak open in agonizing slow motion, each movement echoing like the crack of destiny. From the shadows, a deafening roar rises, a sound not of man, but of nature unleashed. The water bursts forth like a monster breaking its chains. Torrents of white foam and dark waves explode outward, cascading down with unstoppable fury. The camera lingers in slow motion on droplets suspended in the air, glinting under flashes of lightning before cutting to the full, terrifying scale of the flood. A wide cinematic view reveals a towering wall of water charging forward, devouring everything in its path. Forests bend and break like twigs, fences splinter into pieces, and cars are tossed aside as though weightless. The flood grows wider, faster, hungrier, swallowing fields and roads with merciless precision. The valley trembles under its might, the earth itself shaking, as if in all the unleashed power. Cut to the neighborhood, the celebration shatters in an instant. A child drops his bicycle, staring wide-eyed at the thunderous wave racing toward them. Neighbors freeze, mouths open as sprinklers still spin in mockery of the storm. Then panic erupts. Screams pierce the air. Families scatter in every direction, clutching children, dragging pets, scrambling into cars. Engines sputter to life, horns blare, tires screech against pavement, but it is too late. The flood crashes through the first row of homes, splintering walls and windows as if they were paper. Roofs are torn from their beams, furniture swept away, and vehicles tossed like toys. The camera zooms into faces twisted with terror, people clinging to doors, stairways, each other as a wave rips through their sanctuary. Wide overhead shot. The uniform perfection of the HOA community dissolves into chaos. Streets become rivers, houses collapse one by one, and the flood swallows the neighborhood whole. The camera lingers on the sheer scale, destruction stretching as far as the eye can see. In the distance, lightning flashes reveal the landowner standing high on the dam's edge, watching silently. His figure is silhouetted against the chaos below, the storm crowning him not with mercy, but with vengeance. Fulfilled dawn breaks, but it brings no peace. The valley lies drowned beneath a silent sea. The camera begins with a slow aerial shot, sweeping across what was once a bustling neighborhood. Only rooftops pierce the water's surface, scattered like broken islands in a wasteland of gray. The uniform lawns, the tidy fences, the proud driveways, all gone, buried under the weight of justice delivered by the flood. The silence is suffocating. No laughter, no chatter, no engines. Only the creak of broken wood drifting aimlessly, furniture floating alongside overturned cars. The camera glides lower, capturing details. A mailbox half submerged, its flag raised as though signaling in vain. A shattered swing set, its chain swaying in the water's ripples. A family photograph pressed against a tree trunk. Faces smiling through a film of mud. The devastation is intimate, not just structural, but deeply human.